I learned the hard way that taking care of my mind is essential not only for my business, but for my walk with God and my ability to serve others. A few months ago, I shut down a business that was thriving. It was on pace to do over $200,000 in its very first year being in existence. But I took a weekend away from the work. I went to a favorite local park and I spent time alone, meditating. And when I came out of that weekend, that walk, that hike in nature, that meditation, that journaling, what I realized was I had been paying so little attention to my mental health, to my spiritual health, and to my physical health that my business and my life were two completely different things. My business life was so drastically disconnected from my personal life, and it led to burnout. It led to procrastination. It led to self doubt. It led to me not wanting to run the business anymore. And ultimately, ended up shutting that business down because I realized it was not in alignment with my calling, with my mission, with my vision, with my purpose here on earth. And ultimately, while it was tough to shut down that business, it really was an easy decision because me recentering on mental health was able to restore my passion. And by restoring my passion, I was able to restore my effectiveness. I was able to restore my ability to lead. And so in this video, I'll reveal three powerful ways faith-driven entrepreneurs can nurture their mental health without compromising their mission so you can thrive in both business and spirit. Here's point one. Embrace the power of rest and reflection. Rest is not just physical, it's mental and spiritual. The Bible calls us to rest in God, to renew our minds, and to take moments of stillness. Here's one quick actionable step for you. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes each day to unplug and be still. Use this time for a prayer, reflection, or simply quieting your mind. And honestly, 10 to 15 minutes is the bare minimum. I actually recommend you take up to a couple hours a day and go walk in nature with no music, no phone, no distractions. I also recommend you take time to pray and read the Bible each day. I also recommend you spend time in community, sharpening yourself and sharpening others. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. And that is actually the second point. Surround yourself with a supportive community. A network of fellow believers and entrepreneurs can offer support, wisdom, and perspective during tough times. Join a faith driven community where you can openly share struggles, wins, receive encouragement, and stay grounded. I can't overstate the power of being in a supportive community. Growing up, I had no community. I was a social outcast. I had severe social anxiety. I had depression and I was isolated, constantly in and out of intensive therapy, ultimately leading to being a high school dropout. But within just a couple years, I was able to build a strong network of like minded believers, entrepreneurs, leaders, pastors, and so on. And it's drastically improved my life. So, point three is integrate faith based practices into your routine. This is something that we all strive to do, but oftentimes our striving for business success can get in the way of us actually implementing and integrating faith based practices into our routine. So, simple practices like starting your day with scripture, gratitude, or prayer can protect mental health and anchor your life through ups and downs. I encourage you to begin each day with a moment of gratitude or a Bible verse that centers your purpose. For me, some of these verses include Proverbs 27 and 17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Matthew 6 and 33, seek first the kingdom and all these things shall be given to you. In Matthew 22 and 37 to 40, which goes over the greatest two commandments, love the Lord your God and to love your neighbor as yourself. And I think a lot of people get misconstrued on love your neighbor as yourself. They're not saying don't love yourself or love your neighbor more than yourself, even. In order to love your neighbor as yourself, you inherently must love yourself. So I want to make this really tangible for you. One of the daily mental health practices that's really helped me avoid burnout and increase my productivity and renew my sense of purpose is taking daily nature walks. What I try and do is I'll block out 2, 3 hours to work and then I'll go walk for 10 minutes, 10 to 30 minutes. And throughout that walk, I just feel a renewed sense of energy. I feel clarity. If there's a big problem I'm thinking about, it helps me have time to think without constantly collecting more information in my brain. And it just lets me sit with it for a minute. And I want to share a story from someone in our faith-driven entrepreneur community who transformed their mental health by integrating faith-based routines and finding a support network. A good friend of mine, Anthony, recently joined one of our groups within our community, and he had been struggling with mental health and spiritual health for some time, and even led to struggling with physical health. Within a couple weeks, he joined our group and kept showing up, and he was able to really transform the way he was looking at life, the way he was looking at his spirituality, his relationship with Christ, even his family. He has a wife and 2 kids, and he's been able to be a more present dad. He's been able to be a more present husband, and he's been able to have a better overall enjoyment of life. So, with that said, if you're ready to take charge of your mental health, I encourage you to join the Reborn Leadership community where you'll find faith driven entrepreneurs like yourself sharing insights, offering support, and striving to balance purpose with wellness. Here's the thing, every journey has its challenges, and mental health is a journey of its own. Don't feel ashamed of needing help or support. It's a sign of strength and faith to take care of the mind God has gifted you. I've personally been part of multiple discipleship groups, men's groups, young adult groups, Christian entrepreneur groups, and different groups that have sharpened me into becoming who I am today and continue to sharpen me. And I'm so excited to see the growth that I'm able to experience by being in a community. So the Reborn Leadership community is open to those ready to prioritize mental health as a vital part of their journey, but spots are limited. So join now to connect with those who understand your values and your mission. Let's challenge the belief that mental health is separate from success. A healthy mind and spirit are not luxuries. They are the foundation for building a legacy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I encourage you to share with a friend. And the reason why is because I always say is your net worth. So share this with someone and be a valuable part of their network. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a blessed week. See you soon.